But a minute, but a minute. You know we gotta get going so we can finish it. But a minute, but a minute. You know we can never lose, we gon' win it. But a minute, but a minute. You know we gotta get going so we can finish it. But a minute, but a minute. You know we can never lose, we gon' win it. But a minute, but a minute. Let's go right there, let's go right there. Let's go right there.
Wait a minute. Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you cannot hear me. Uh-oh, what's happening over here in Instagram land? All right. I'm going to start that over because I had the wrong speakers on. So let me start over and then I'll come back, okay? Let me remove my...
But a minute, but a minute. You know we gotta get going so we can finish it. But a minute, but a minute. You know we can never lose, we gon' win it. But a minute, but a minute. You know we gotta get going so we can finish it. But a minute, but a minute. You know we can never lose, we gon' win it. But a minute, but a minute. Let's go right there, let's go right there. Let's go right there.
What is going on, honey? All right, all right, all right. You have joined in. Hold on for a minute. Because Instagram, you're not gonna be able to be a part because it's my first time coming back, and it's a lot of work trying to do Instagram, Twitch. I'm on Twitch now, YouTube, and Facebook. It's a lot. So Instagram, I'm sorry. I cannot do that and this at the same time because I just wanted to come live and I wanted to talk about 3 things. Just 3 things. But first of all, let me welcome you, PinPals. Thank you for joining me on today. It's tonight now, this evening. I won't hold you long like the BET Awards held us hostage last night. If you watched the BET Awards, we were up until about 12:30 in the morning. And I stayed up because I wanted to hear Jamal sing with Kirk Franklin. But as we know, it was Kirk's day. And Kirk don't really need a background. So it was just a whole lot of Kirk. So Tamar and look, Jermaine said, glad to be back. We here for a little while, not a long while. Yes, it's about to be good because it's a topic that I'm very passionate about. 3 topics that I'm very passionate about, and we're gonna just go ahead and get started. So please, please, please like and share. This is gonna be great commentary. We're gonna have a good time. But I'm going to get my point across tonight. Yes, I am going to get my point across tonight because we're going to be talking about Brian Carn. See, the reason why I'm sad that I have to talk about this is because I had like a big toe crossing over to really liking him. But that toe is curled up like this. It's back. It's draw back now. And we finna talk about how as women we need to stop being stupid, but I want to talk about how as leaders, it's only in the church that the code of ethics seem like it is smeared. and we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to talk about the NBA Finals. Now, y'all know I love sports. Sports is my thing. Um, when I was on Larry Live, I did sports. So this is my thing. The NBA Finals have been. The first game was, it was good. We had Halliburton. He did his thing with his comeback and all that kind of stuff like that. But that second game, where was he? So now the NBA Finals to me is being a snooze fest. I don't even want to watch it no more because, first of all, I play prize picks still, and I put my prize picks on some people in Indiana that just didn't show up, and that pissed me off. So I don't know. I'm gonna still watch because I do love sports and ain't nothing else on anyway. But I can't wait the football come back because this NBA stuff is really getting on my nerves. But I am going to be kind of covering um a lot of the NBA draft because I'm interested because I hope the Spurs, they're saying Kevin Durant is coming to the Spurs. If that happens, y'all won't never hear me shut up. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is this darn movie, Straw. Tyler Perry. Okay, first of all, if you watch Straw, put a one in the chat. If you have watched Straw, put a one in the chat. I'm waiting on you. If you haven't watched Straw, you might want to leave for about a good 5 to 10 minutes because I'm about to talk about this. Now, okay, I got Jermaine said he's watched it. Yender says she's watched it. Natisha says she's watched it. All right, I hope y'all are. And Tina says she's watched it. I hope y'all are sharing so others can come and be a part of Put a Pin in It because we have a good time over here. All right, everybody's watched it. Cool. First of all, let's get context. This movie was filmed in 4 days. I don't know how Tyler Perry, there has to be some type of working laws that a whole movie in 4 days. Okay, that's neither here nor there because if the pay is good, shut up. So I'm gonna shut up about it. So, but you can see the attention to detail not being paid attention to when you rush a movie. But overall, I got to Tyler Perry. I don't usually cry. I am not a crier. Okay. I don't cry. But I cried throughout this movie. And I believe the pulling on our heartstrings, all of us, the climate of our society right now, everybody's going through something. The fact that everything just happened all at one time and she just couldn't catch a break. It was just one thing after the other. Like, oh my God, what is going on? What is happening? And so I just feel like that's what, because you get engulfed in the movie very fast. And to find out that the little girl was just, she was dead already. Oh, I was boo-hooing. Okay. I'm not ashamed. I am not ashamed. I covered and I was watching it with Zari, my oldest daughter. She was like, Mom, are you serious right now? And I just couldn't get myself together. Jermaine said he thinks it's one of the best movies he's ever done. I still think A Family That Prays is one of his best movies. Me either. And I wasn't ready for the ending. And I'm low-key mad at myself for crying because I'm like, I should have known this was a setup from the get up. But Taraji, put our hands. Let me tell you something. Taraji is, and she is so good at what she does. And even Tiana Taylor, some of that Tiana Taylor was kind of overboard, and Sherry did good. But it's just the fact that all of these things were happening because of a misunderstanding. Nobody didn't want to hear the girl out. Like, really? I think if somebody would, and I think that's how our society is today. We don't take the time to understand what people are going through. And that's why that this movie really touched me, because we have people that are right under our nose that are going through things, and we don't check on them. We don't know if they're going through depression. We don't know if, they're losing everything. We don't know anything. Tina Barnhill said, "I'm going through something similar now. Can't seem to catch a break." So it's very relatable. Right. Everybody, I think right now in this climate, whether it be emotional, whether it be financial, even job situations is not stable right now. So for for us to look at Janaya, and she really wasn't trying to rob the bank. She just wanted her check cash. And growing up in the country, I've seen it done. Sometimes you forget your ID, and because the people know you in the community and stuff like that, they'll cash your check because they know who you are. So, like the girl said, Janaya said, "You did this for me before. I'm trying to do such and such," even though she was having a mental crisis. It's just, I'm telling you right now. Trust me, all my family says good morning. Oh, that's good. Hey, what's up, Kimberly? So yeah, we're talking about straw. If you're just coming in, we're talking about straw and how it just really wrecked us. I was a wreck. I really had to get myself together. I almost had to put on cartoons. That's how I used to do when I watched like a scary movie. I had to put on cartoons to smooth it out. It was that bad, y'all. I was really crying so hard, like it was a real thing. And I had to pull myself in, like, at least this a movie. Come on now. But Tyler Perry, again, hats off to you. All right. So this is what I want to talk about. We done went through the preliminaries. This is the main part of the service that we are going to be indulging in. I need you to share on Facebook. I need you to share on YouTube and I'm on Twitch for the first time. So Twitch, this is Put a Pin in It, Conversations with Elisa. I am Elisa, the host. All right. So everybody that is in church know who Brian Keith Carn Jr. is. He is a prophet, but now he is a pastor. He's been pastoring for a little while. The name of his churches, what's the name of his churches? Brian Carn Churches. The name of his churches is. See, I don't follow him like that. It's Kingdom something. What's the name of his churches, y'all? Kingdom. Hold on, let me pull this up. It say More Grace. I know he say that. Somebody said, "Lord, what he done now?" Wait and see. What is the name of that man church? Is I know the initials is KCC. KCC Charlotte. Kingdom City Church. That's the name of his churches. His name is the name of his Kingdom City Church. He's been pastoring for a minute now. But before I talk to you about what happened, I think this happened in the wee hours of the night. I got a text message about this situation. I'm not going to tell you who gave me the text message, but it was in the wee hours of the night. And when I got the text messages, I was like, okay, I'm not finna read all this because I'm watching the BET Awards. When I lay down and get me a cup of ice, and I'll look over it. So apparently, this lady named Vashti Ennis, oh Lord, You can tell I hang around kids too much because as soon as I said her name, I thought about this little thing they be saying. I'm talking about Inez. Vashti Inez. I'm talking about Inez. Anyway, but Vashti, according to her confession, this long thing. I don't know who she thought was gonna read all that. But according to her confession, she has been in a relationship with Pastor Brian Carn for 10 years. And she came out and she said this. Listen to the first sentence. The first sentence is what made me put a pin in it. And I said, I need to go live and talk about this. Okay. She said, I feel so heartbroken and I'm so angry, choosing to let go the person I love the most. Why does it feel like a real death? I mean, a decade, that's a whole. A decade is like 1999 to 2000, ain't it? You going into different eras of life. 10 years is a long time. Now I talked about Loretta because that was 18, but Loretta ain't no fool. She did it right, and we can see how she did it right because she's set up for life. When I scroll through Vashti's page, she ain't got nothing. And that is not how it would be if I was with Brian Carn for 10 years. If I was with Brian Carn for 10 years, he would pull up in a Rolls Royce and I would pull up in a Rolls Royce right beside him. If he had red bottoms, I'm going to have 10 years. Okay. All right. So the first line said, I'm reading what she said. I feel so heartbroken and I'm so angry, choosing to let go the person I loved the most. Maybe I can sound like her because she sounds like she's a Hispanic. Let's put some flavor on it. She said, after 10 years of what I thought was a committed relationship, I finally have the courage to admit the lies and false hope I've accepted for too long. Is that good? Anyway, a man declaring you're his wife, he's committed to you and he's in love with you, shouldn't come with cheating and a double lifestyle. That's I remember being on a podcast with my ex-husband talking about Demetrius Senegal and his wife, well, his then wife, and how Brian Carn slept with his wife. You've been with him for 10 years. So I know you knew about that. Okay. But I'm gonna get the Carn stuff. This ain't about I'm just listening to this. So anyway, long story short, this was a lot. I don't even want to read it, but I'm gonna read it because some of y'all ain't never read it before. I mean heard of it. I'm gonna keep reading because I want you to be in the know. Okay, are we stand together? Because I ain't through the first paragraph yet. All right, anyway, let me read fast. Where's she at? He's in love with you. Shouldn't come with cheating and a double lifestyle. And as a believer in God, it was foolish to not um accept sooner that it doesn't take 10 years. You got that right. In God to do what's right. I've allowed things to happen completely opposite to the beliefs of the faith and even my own standards, trying to be everything he wants because I loved him with my life, girl. To the point I became a foolish woman, thinking if I not only pray, but have sex and be and give everything he needs, then it'll prevent him from falling. Girl, I believed some urges were only a temporary phase that will soon end, and he'll get it all out of his system and be different if I scratch the itch. Okay, I'm trying not to laugh. Okay, this is that was funny. Some will say real love doesn't expose and it covers a multitude of sins. Now, I hate when people use this Bible verse. Love covers a multitude of sin. Okay, never mind. Y'all have no idea. And as a member, this is where I have a problem, of KCC, I was so brainwashed to stay in place. I can understand that. And shut up on things even when this truth smacks me in the face. To the point, she don't put no capitalization for I. Now, that's how I know she a little Hispanic because she don't write right. To the point, I didn't even stand for the true things of God anymore. Even till or to my own detriment. And I've been grieved for so long. Am I reading? Say you reading. Say read, reader. So saying no to a ring, I don't believe that. And choosing to walk away from from a life and promise in quotation marks I prayed and fasted for that I thought I'd have with this man I vowed my womb to. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. I bled for this relationship. I was broken for this covenant, but it's bigger than me getting married. Mm. I refuse to be a wife counseling my sisters in Christ who are victims that my man has created and constantly covering mess. So many women endure nonsense and pain and feel like they won because they still have the man in the end. She got a throw up face. That's not a testimony I want. When there's obviously no respect for me, the relationship, the souls, or even himself. It's enraging how some encourages me to stay. Why? Am I reading? Girl, you reading. All in the name of becoming Prophet Carn's wife for an image, position, title, or lifestyle? Absolutely not. It's heartbreaking to know the truth and yet defy the truth calls for Christ by not standing for God's character, likeness, and his word. For the belief of being in God's will and on assignment to cover and stand by the man of God when wrong. She got a yawning face and a rolling eyes. Compromising things that God actually stands for. And in return have lost people and know we, KCC, don't question because we're conditioned not to. KCC, she calling y'all dumb too with her. She bring y'all down with her because she's saying y'all gonna stand by this man. Don't matter what it is he say, y'all gonna stand by him because that's what y'all do. That's what she said. We're taught to turn away from pastor's nakedness and position our hearts to not be offended by pastor. And no one leaves the 99 to go after that one who has been wounded, used, manipulated, and broken. Because everyone wants to please and impress a man instead of fearing God. It's church as usual, as others have been secretly mistreated, lied to, and hurt. We miss real ministry, and I hate religiosity for this very reason. Oh God, it's more. But we getting there. We getting there. We almost there. Y'all share. Y'all share. All right. I can't stand to see another woman lead a church wounded, broken, and bleeding. She loved that broken and bleeding. While I'm lied to and loved at the same time. I can't cover that anymore for my man who knows what he's doing, knows the outcomes, and yet pursues it anyway. I lost friends I truly care about behind this man. I'm tired of praying, confronting, and going back and forth about the same things to a man that feels the only accountability that can be given to him has to come from his peers and his equals. I refuse to return to ever turn a blind eye and be a callous dummy. A careless dummy. You look like a careless dummy to me. All right. Anyway, where was I at? I can't lose my place. On top of the dummy, I've already. Oh, she said it. Come on, girl. And she said, and be the callous dummy on top of the dummy I've already been by trying to do everything to please and satisfy an appetite that's bigger than me. I'm no longer under the spirit of a strong delusion to this man who I believed in, got saved under, okay, and trusted with my life and future. My heart aches for any woman who has been silently bleeding. And he knows exactly what he did. So there's no excuse to say this is an attack of the enemy or any other nonsense. No, this is a reaction. This is a reaction due to his constant thought out decisions. I'm done with putting on face and forgiveness, staying in a relationship where my heart broke too many times in. To the women who is there waiting in hope, at first I was saying y'all can have them, but I'm praying for your freedom and for the spirit of manipulation, deception, mind control, fear, intimidation, desperation, and delusion to be broken off of you. Cooking and cleaning won't get him. Threesomes won't scratch the itch. Covering and encouraging him won't change him. Mm-mm. And being obedient and submitted won't fix it. I see y'all telling me to read. Do not cheapen yourself. I don't care what bill is being paid. Now, hold on now, Vesta. I'm playing. I'm saddened at every year I believed and stayed in hope. Now I get now this is sick. This is sad. While intimately being a part of his private life, being a front row witness to watch people get rebuked for the same things we do in private and more. All of us are flawed from our humanity, but choosing a life of discipline takes the same decision power and choosing a lifestyle of making the same mistake repeatedly. At what point does a Bible scholar, intelligent man who has all the information to do right and who teaches others begin to apply the same information? The problem is living in secrecy for so long, it becomes a lifestyle of getting away with doing as the heart pleases and damages the very souls he was supposed to give an account to God for. It's not just about being pissed off or being cheated on. I'm angry at the years I've spent in false hope for a man that has proven he only cares about himself, his name, his image, and his desires. I'm angry for allowing the lies, even after truth has been presented. I'm angry from defending and covering mess due to his conditioning and teaching. But when you're broken, you'll cling to anything that gives you just enough hope. One thing I learned from our relationship is to stand for what's right, not for who. I deeply love this man and was in love with him. I still love him, which is why this is killing me. I gave up my world because I believed in him. At his heart of hearts, I know the man he can be, but he needs to be honest, he needs help, and he needs to be accountable for the souls scattered and wounded, and to apologize to the women he know he's done dirty and lied to. This is the end of the scriptures. All right, so y'all, that was a lot. So my thing is, okay, we gonna all say, Vashti, you're a dummy, you're a dummy, you're a dummy. I get all of that, 10 years, what's 10 years? How could you do that for 10 years and all these kind of things? Um, but when I heard her say, well, when I, read her thing, I feel like being a part of, see, 10 years. I need somebody to find out how old Vashti is now. That's what I need. I need that information because she don't look 30. She looked like she might be scratching over 30. So if she's scratching over 30, that means he met her when she was in her 20s. And how old is Karn? Karn got to be about my age. Hold on. How old is Brian Carn? I bet it ain't it. How old is he probably ain't got his age listed properly. Brian Carn. Hello everyone. I'm about to look in y'all. Okay, he's 36 according to Google. He is 36. Okay, let me go through these comments right quick. Then I'm gonna start talking like I want to. Hello, Annette. Jessica Smith, I have missed so much. Natisha, he is a narcissist. Well, my God, unbelievable. Girl, all of a sudden you're a prophet when we all know if he calls you, you would go back. Miss me with the lecture, please. Oh wow, I thought he was older than that. I think he's older than 36, but this is what it say. He was born in 1989. So I guess he is 36, which is surprising to me. I thought he was a little older than that. But I guess he just been preaching a long time. We've seen his face for a long time since he was a little boy. With that being said, we have a lot going on here. Okay. And I had something pulled up, but it went away. I gotta pull it back up. All right, here we go. We are the same. I told you that. Bree, I don't know how old you are. I don't. I don't know how old you are. I know when your birthday is, but I don't know how old you are. So here we go. Vashti, you stupid. But I understand your stupidity because we all as women have been there, done that. Okay. Bree says she's 35, so that means he's 35. Okay. So it don't matter if he met her when she was in, that means he was in his 20s too. Okay, cool. My thing is this. We've all as women, we have been dumb. We have been deafened by, I don't want to call him Satan, but we've been deafened by a man's voice. And it's more so, it more so penetrates you when you are broken, right? So I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. This may be her first waking up, and then maybe she will never go back through this again because now she's saying, I'm not covering this up. But to me, because it was done so quickly and so brashly, I believe that this was not something that she wanted to do. Because it sounds like she was dumped. That's what it sounds like to me. Those are okay, those are dumped words because she was living the life that she wanted to live, right? And when a woman is living a life and she's been living it for 10 years, and this is a point A right here. Nobody knows that he's dating you. Every time he is live or I'm single. Okay, and then there's this. Is it gonna play? That man looked like somebody said, Andy's coming. if I'm ever, if I'm ever on, first of all, I ain't videoing nobody that I'm not sure that want to be with me. But if I am on a video and you supposed to be my man and you freeze like you saw a ghost, we gonna have after that, we gonna have something to say. We gonna have a long drawn out conversation because what? So according to that video and according to the text messages that she put out, it don't look like he was feeling her like that. 10 years or not, okay? It don't look like he was into her. And she was all into him. And if you are with me and I got you on video, you better do some false motivation. Like the army say, false motivation is the best motivation. You ain't gonna be looking like you don't want me to have the camera on. No sirree, Bob. That's not happening. But I want to say this. My friend John Moore said he got something to say. So I'm gonna put the wait, I'm gonna put the thing in the chat. So if you see it, oh, they got it where I can put it in all the chats. Look at that. I hope I don't get no. Let's not put it for Twitch because I don't know them both people over there. Oh, it won't let me do it for Facebook. All right, I'm gonna put it in there and let me copy it and put it on Facebook. How can I do that? All right, while I'm thinking about how to do that, oh Lord, I hope nobody crazy from Twitch don't come on here because I don't usually go live on Twitch. But anyway, if I was going to expose him, that would not have been the video I posted. Exactly. She did not think this all the way through. He didn't even kiss back, y'all. Look. He low-key looked like he wanted to slide out his chair. That's how he was looking to me. All right, invite, copy, Gmail. I'm gonna send this to my Gmail so I can pick it up. And send it to you, Mr. John Moore. All right. Anyway, so while I'm doing that, I'm so smart, y'all. I am about to put it in the chat. I had to get it from up here. All right, so that's that. That's one side of it, right? The other side of it, I was telling somebody the other day, the way I was raised, I don't understand these preachers today. I don't. I don't understand the code of ethics that they live by. I said in the beginning of this podcast, the church is the only place where the code of ethics is smeared. Because I want you to listen to this. All right. Principles and guidelines that define acceptable and appropriate behavior in the workplace is called a code of ethics for a work ethic code. Key elements of a work ethic code is integrity, fairness, responsibility, respect, accountability, professional competence, confidentiality, conflicts of interest. This is where we go wrong at right here in the church. Avoiding situations where personal interests might conflict with the organization's interests, right? Even in the army, we have something what is called fraternization. You can't do it. And that means if you are in a position of power, if you have, let's say I'm a commander and I have a first sergeant, I can't sleep with my first sergeant because it's going to cloud my decisions when it comes to what I have to do for the best of my company. If I'm a squad leader, I can't sleep with my squad members because those people that are under me, and if I'm sleeping with them, they're not going to respect me and do what I want them to do because I was just sleeping with you last night. Why are you trying to tell me what to do? And gonna buck up in front of everybody. Now you looking stupid. So I don't understand that because that's just how it is. Hold on. I'm trying to it didn't come through. Can somebody on YouTube put the link over here on Facebook? Because I can't copy. Hold on. And it say all, but it don't have that press. It just have YouTube. I have the same rule with people in my band. Sleeping together just make things weird and complicated. And me as a person, I don't understand the thought processes that Karn go through when he is in the pulpit and what they say. I don't know how true it is, but it would be hard for me to get up and minister to people when I'm sleeping with them. It would be hard for me to do that. Hold on. A see if it's gonna let me go through. Reload page. Okay, I'm on here. Hold on, let me get it. I'm gonna put it over here. John Moore. Hey, I'm doing it. Hold on, y'all. All right. So the link has been put in the chat. Do y'all see it? If you want to come up here and talk about it, you can. It's there. Thank you, Roy. Appreciate that. Yes. So I don't understand that. And I also don't understand how we can make as leaders. I don't get it. I don't get it as leaders. How can we not hold him accountable for this been going on for years? This hasn't just been going on for a small period of time. This has been going on for years. Years upon years. And I mean, we already know that his church members are not going to go anywhere. So we're not trying to make him close his church down. I just want you to be a better person. I don't see how you can feel like that's okay. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the leadership that I have been under. Reverend Wiggins, I don't remember any of these people were married and they were with their wives in the Baptist organization. Now we had a bishop. I mean, he wasn't married, but he was accountable. you didn't hear anything come out on Bishop Forbes. Many people have their speculations. Of course, they will, because he wasn't married all the way up until up in age, and he was a real soft spoken guy. But he, all people knew about him was love. So you not being married is not the issue. You not having boundaries is the issue for me. And I was like, why can't he just find someone that's outside of his organization? Why can't he do that? Why he got to find people that just know who he? I wouldn't. If I was Prophet Brian Carn, I would probably find someone overseas. I mean, I'm just saying, I wouldn't find anybody in the United States to be with if it's going to be that way. Because eventually, this junk is going to blow up. It's just it is, and then you scrambling around. Oh God, for a little while, and then you back to what you've been doing. But to me, like I said, I don't feel like this is something that Best I wanted to do. I feel like that. I feel like I feel like he broke up with her, and out of a rash, decision, she has something to say. That's what I feel. But y'all know I don't be wrong that much. But that's what I feel. And I feel like her bowing out has something to do with she found out that she wasn't number one and she didn't want to play number two. And so he probably was like, okay, forget it. And then after that, she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna tell it. But like we didn't know that he sleep with people. We know Brian Carn sleep with people. I don't think it's right. I sent the link because I'm ready to go. Is it not working? Yeah, I don't think. I think she thought what she thought was gonna happen didn't happen. Okay, there come my brother right here. Uh-oh. What you got to say, Doc?
I mean, do you really want to know, or do you
I
really
really,
want to
I
know?
really want to know. We putting a pin in it right now. Like I said, now let me get some straight. Now, I don't. I've always not had. I always had a dislike for Corn for this very reason. This is the reason why I don't like him, because I feel like he do manipulate people, and I feel like he do, the things. But then on the flip side of that, I feel like there's an accountability portion that has to happen for the people that let it go on for so long. So I want to hear what you got to say, because I think you're deeper into it than me.
What I will tell you is this.
Hmm.
I obviously chatted with your ex husband earlier today,
Who did?
and I did.
Oh, you did. Oh shoot.
I'm going to tell you something.
Tell me.
For years, Lexi, Allen, and I
Hmm.
have been screaming who he is, what to expect, what to get, what you looking for. This ain't the first, second, or third time.
It ain't.
In just 2 years, it's not the first, second, or third time
It's not.
that women have posted videos and text messages or sleeping with other people's wives or
Yep.
doing ABC. Like this ain't the first time. And I'm actually doing this interview at the risk of losing my license in my organization
Oh, don't
because
you do that now.
I don't care. I don't care
Okay.
because anytime people want to rebuke me over the truth,
Hmm.
that's fine. That means you're on the center side.
Hmm.
When I saw yesterday,
Mm-hmm. Where he go? Where you go? Oh Lord, they done turned his phone off. John, where you go? Bruh, you gotta come back. Hold on, y'all. What happened? And he right here. Oh my God. They done cut. They done cut my man. Look what we dealing with. I'm glad they don't know me. What in the world is happening? He was right there. He's right there, bro. Okay, maybe he'll come back. Y'all, we dealing with the mafia. What is going on? Not the church gang. Oh Lord, I'm glad I stayed in place in the concierge. You can't get up here and try to get me because you got to ask to be let up. Okay. Anyway, John, come back. What happened? Did he call me on 1%? Why would he do that to us? We want to hear what he got to say. God, Lord Jesus. Jesus. Y'all intercede for John so he can come back. Anyway, I don't know where he was going with it, but I definitely can say I don't agree with the lack of accountability and the lack of um y'all is laughing and I want to hear what he had to say. God, I'm mad about that. John, come back, John. I'm gonna drop the link again. Y'all still here? Somebody call him back. Oh, he said he coming. Are we gonna stay here till he get back? Uh, what you crying at? He gonna hit it again. We got something to hear. Put a pin in it, good guys. Put a pin in it. Anyway, I said in it. Them kids got me. Oh gosh. Vashti in is I say in it. Anyway, but Vashti, I understand and I sympathize, I empathize with you because I know firsthand how you can be caught up in situations that you don't want to be in because of false promises. But I think the difference between myself and Vashti is all the time in the back of my head, I knew the person was lying. I ain't talking about, I'm not talking about Larry Reed. I'm talking about somebody else. I knew they were lying and they were married. And I told this story countless of times. Um, and they were a preacher and they were, all these things. And so the lies that they tell, and they lying, it makes you wonder, like, because I'm from the country. I am from the stone country where there's one stoplight. Everybody know everybody. Everybody's like family. Matter of fact, the biggest family reunion that we have coming up in June. And everybody, even if you're not a part of the family, you come and they make you feel like family, right? So for me to move away and see preachers cussing, preachers having sex, drinking, all these things, it was a culture shock for me. Um, and so to even it just was, and the lies that I know that were being told to the wife, it wasn't a good feeling. Karn is not married, so I'm not giving him a pass, but at least he's not married. And because if he were married and he was doing that, somebody would kill him. I'm telling you, it would not be nice. But he's not married. He's single, and he's like everybody say I don't feel that way though. I feel like there still should be a certain type of standard that you have if you are a pastor. If you're a leader, period. Take pastor off of it. If you are a decent leader, you have morals and you have boundaries. So for you not to have that, it's kind of sad. You should want that. To me, I feel like you should want that to be a I just don't know. And I don't know if that's my military background talking, but I just can't see myself just doing any and everything and proclaiming to be a leader. Do something else. Do something else. And we wonder why people is like the church is a joke and all this. It's because we don't the representation now from when it was when I was growing up, it's way different. We smear them lines too much. It's just too much. Um, I don't know. John, do y'all remember that song? Dear John, by the time you read these words, I'll be gone. If you don't hurry up, I'm gonna be gone. I am not playing. What's the link again? Oh, yeah, yeah. Somebody send him the link again. All right, I'm gonna do it. I got it. I'm gonna do it right now because I got it pulled up. I got it. Paste. All right, it should have came through. There it go. I got a song that I would think about Brian Carn now. You remember "We Are the Salt of the Earth"? I'm gonna change it. He is the scum of the earth. I'm just playing. I wouldn't dare call nobody scum of the earth, but it's just a lot. Like John was saying when he was on here, it's not. This is not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth time. It's a lot. Tell him to send it in an email. All right, here he come. I sent the link. The link I put it back in the chat. We're gonna hear John's part of what he wants to say, and then thank you guys for staying on. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been on, and I've had a lot to talk about. I remember having um Shannon Sharp on here. Everything, y'all, don't play with me. Everything that I have said on Put a Pin in It, has it not come to pass? Has it not? Now, I ain't say I'm no prophet. I don't even want to use that. But have everything down to the Diddy, down to the even when that Shannon Sharp, I think I talked about a little bit. What else I talked about that came? It was a lot of things. I've been watching and I've been putting a pin in it. I was like, I said that. I said that too. You're just waiting for it to come out. OMG. It took him a long time to come last time. He said coming. I hope your phone charged this time. It had to be in the phone that went out. That's what it looked like. Thank y'all for staying on. What else do y'all want to talk about next week? I know I'm gonna talk about oh no, I'm gonna talk about the NBA finals. I'm about to go to my open mic. I'll catch up. Yo, talked about the man. That mammoth was funny. I got to have her back on. That was funny when we talked to a funeral director about different types of caskets, and she said the biggest casket there is a mammoth, and we died laughing that night. That was funny. I was wondering why my it's because the sun about to go down. We got to hurry up because in a minute it's gonna be dark in here. I'm talking about in it. Oh, what y'all think about Tiana Taylor and Mufasa dating? Isn't that cute? I didn't know he was from the UK. Like so his mannerisms. People are talking about his mannerisms, but that's why his mannerisms are like that. Men overseas are a lot softer than the men over here. Y'all are some hard people, and y'all get on us for being hard, but y'all make us hard because y'all just be doing too much. Jeanette said that Jessica, I'm sorry, that thing had us on the floor of mammoth. We had some good shows, very good. I ain't even gonna lie, but yeah, I'm rambling because I'm trying to get weight for John, but I'm about to I'm about to go. It's 8:30. I don't used to be on this long. John, are you still coming? Because we need to exit. But anyway, so if you guys think that Vashti, do y'all really think Vashti is over Karn? I know he over her because after you do something like that at a man like him, that's over. I don't care how much he wants you back. I don't care how much snatch you got. He ain't gonna want you back after that. So that's when I say she didn't play her cards right because if I've been with Karn for 10 years, you're going to know I've been with him for 10 years. Now, the old me that was groomed by the church, I probably would have ended up like Vashti, But this me, it ain't going down like that. And that's the thing I don't understand. I talked about Loretta, but the more I look at how she's flourishing and what she's doing, she had a plan from the get go. She was not letting Bishop Noel Jones go. She stayed with him and they had businesses together. And when she married him, that just made her stock go up. But she already had stock before she married him because he invested in things that she had. If you have a man that got money and they don't invest in you, you doing something. That means you ain't the one. You're not the he's saying you the one, but you ain't. You the two, three, four, or five. You're not the one. Because if you were the one, there would be more signs showing that you're the one. All right, John is back. We ready, John. Just jump right in.
This is what I'm going to say.
First
This
of all,
is
what
not.
happened?
My phone died, and then I had to
Oh,
plug
okay.
it up, and then I had to click your link, and then go from there.
Okay.
But this is what I got to say, Alicia.
Okay.
This is not the first, second, or third time we've had allegations,
Mm-hmm.
accusatory allegations. I mean, we've had allegations from all the way from copying prophecies to
I remember that.
sleeping with married women to sleeping with single women to sleeping with now another woman for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. You can't get in the pulpit dirty.
Okay.
It's impossible. You can't do it. And sometimes your gift will exceed your stature.
Mm-hmm.
God may have gave you a gift, but it doesn't mean. That's where you belong.
Right.
And all I'm gonna say is this: I don't get put up my church tonight or my church organization because I've been warned by multiple bishops that keep it clean. I have never ever believed in Carnes. Never. He has a gift,
Mhm.
but gifts come without repentances.
Okay.
And anybody that's on this call that said that I've never heard nothing about Brian Carnes before, but then where you been? Where
Exactly.
where where you been? Because we
Right.
all want to know where you been. And what made me so angry about today, the last time you and I talked, my wife was sitting next to me.
Right.
And I talked about how you should love your wife. I've been with
Mhm.
my wife 22 years. We're 22 years together, 18 years married.
Mhm.
It frustrates me that I don't have a church. I do belong to a church. I don't
Mhm.
have a church. And it frustrates me that women will subject themselves. Oh, I sleep with the pastor because I'm going to be the next first lady. Next this or next that. Or I'm going to steal. I'm going to do this. That's not how it works. And I will tell you on this chat. And Alicia, I don't even care about getting put out my organization. I legit don't. Like, I
Mhm.
don't care. I'm not going to call out the organization. I'm just going to say, God has given me so much confidence. I am not. I remember when my bishop put me out for having a baby, just one baby without marriage,
Mm.
and disfellowshipped me. And I had to walk out that church with my head held down. You know what I told her that night, Alicia? I said, well, baby, we out to church now. We might as well go and have sex again. I said, we just got put out. What we got to wait on?
Right.
That's how real I am.
Mhm.
I remember when we had a national bishop come to our convention. And you know I have a large following on Facebook and LinkedIn. I said, wait a minute. This bishop came in and took up two or three offerings and then offered no altar call. Because all I care is about souls, not
Mhm.
money. And I got rebuked by multiple bishops and district elders then saying, oh, that's not your place. Well, whose place is it?
Right.
I'm asking, whose place is it? So we just finna let these people come to our conventions, come to our convocations. We don't offer, I'm a big believer of soul salvation. I said, so we saying it don't matter. We
Mm.
saying ABC. I got rebuked so much, I had three diocesan bishops come to me and say, take your post down.
Wow.
And I did, out of respect. But I wasn't wrong
Mhm.
because all I asked was, so y'all telling me we're gonna take up two or three offerings and not offer baptism, not offer prayer, not offer the gift to receive the Holy Ghost, because you know I'm a heavy believer in that.
Right.
Is that what we're saying? So I'm gonna leave you with this. And I don't care if I get kicked out tonight or not. I legit don't care. I tagged my presiding bishop. I tagged Brian Carnes. I tagged my diocesan bishop. I tagged everybody in my last post. I said, what you finna stop do, Brian, is playing in our face.
Mm.
I said, every year it's a new scandal. Every year.
Mm.
I can name you a scandal going back 5 years, and every year is a new scandal. I don't care you got your own plane. I don't care you got three churches. I don't care that you may have named a cafe after my bishop. I don't care about none of that. All I
So
care
he
about,
wait, 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 wait. See, I'm listening. He a part of your organization.
Well, no, he's not a part of PCFI.
Mm-hmm.
He's never joined PCFI, but my bishop is his father or whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
And I said, so I don't care about none of that stuff. I said,
right,
I care about you living holy. I care about you treating sisters right. I care about you sleeping with your congregation.
right.
That's all I care about.
That's that's
Nothing,
my that's my plight with it all.
nothing else. You can go do whatever you want to do. I care about you holding up the standard. Don't you dare pick up a mic and preach this, that, and the other, but you're doing the exact opposite. And everybody, I even told my diocesan bishop today, I said, I'm gonna make a post. He said, oh, I know you gonna do it. I said, because y'all letting this nigga, I'm sorry, y'all letting this dude run off and embarrass us just because of his name. There is no other bishop, diocesan, suffragan, presiding, that would be left standing today in our current organization, which I'm not going to give the name to,
We
but
gonna find
nobody,
it.
no, I hate you. Nobody, if they name one Brian Carn, nobody. So at what point do we stop giving people grace because of their name? At what point do we not rebuke? At what point do we put the line in the sand? Like, at what point? And that is my question. Alicia, I came on here tonight. I ain't even go to your husband's show because he was talking about it earlier. My Dyson said, well, don't go to his show, but blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I'm going to Alicia because I got something I need to vent.
Please, Ben. I'm with
And
you though. So
at
this is
what
what I
point?
this is what I want to hear from the chat, right? And I'm hearing it everywhere because everybody's not perfect. Forget that. My thing is,
Shall we sin continually? No.
I don't even want to make it that. I want to know if you are, because I just saw somebody say borrow Lou Tommy said that they were a member. I used to be a member of the Jacksonville church. I'm pretty sure they have a story, right? Because she said used to. I think that's a she. Yeah, it looked like a she. My thing is, do we put a one in the chat if you believe that Karn should be held accountable for what he's been doing? Because to me, it feels like people are just sweeping it under the rug.
Let me tell you something, Alicia. We all will be held accountable, whether it's not by man, but we will be held accountable by God. It's just that simple. So we may not get it in this life, but we will get it in the next life. Because some people raise too much money. They bring too many members. They do all this other stuff. And in the natural, we think, oh, they're a blessing. They're this, they're that. Honestly, no. They're just a wolf in sheep clothing. And at the end of the day, I will stand on my stead. I don't care if they strip me of my license, my robe, my collar. I just don't care. Because I refuse to sit here and be quiet. My presider's son commented on my post for the first time tonight. He's like, we gonna follow our presider. Well, see, that's your problem. That's your
Mm.
daddy. That's why you care. I'm a member. You're not finna sit here and play in my bishop's face or my face. It's not gonna work for me. And This is the fourth incident we went through in 3 years. Me and Lexi, who I'm connected to on Instagram, we've been trying to tell y'all
Mm-hmm.
multiple times who we dealing with, but we keep inviting them to the churches. We keep inviting them to the conventions. We keep doing all this other stuff because he gonna raise some money. John, can you get that? We keep doing. We 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 keep doing coming. We keep doing the same stuff. That on my yes, I think we keep doing the same stuff. Coming. Sorry, I got a delivery. We keep doing the same stuff. At what point? Because I could tell you if it was a bishop, and I'm really finna be raw right now. I don't care. Like, put me out. I don't care. If it was one of my bishops or diocesan bishops
Mm-hmm.
or one of my ABC, they would have got put out a long time ago.
Right.
So why do we give this extra grace, this extra presence to
That's his
somebody
that's
who
his
don't
motto. More
who
grace.
don't even belong to the organization?
Wow.
So why do we do it, Alicia? I'm just asking. Maybe you could tell me because I still ain't got an answer to that.
I can't tell you because I don't know. I don't know. I
So
want
do we just bag up? Do we just hold our hands up? Do we just say we're not doing it? We're gonna ignore it? Do we say it don't matter? Because if it was me with all these allegations across 4 years, I wouldn't even have the title of elder.
mm,
I would be gone a long time ago. I would have been sat down, script of my church, script of everything. So, what happens when favor meets grace and mercy?
mm.
What happens? So, you telling me favor is more important, the your ability to like a person, or if they line your pockets,
That's what it is.
you telling me that your average elder, district elder, bishop, pastor, oh no, I never let you get away with that. But you sit here and turn a blind eye. I saw a man on Facebook a year ago crying that his wife slept with this man.
Mm,
Do we ignore that? He's like, I'm your organ player. I'm your minister of music.
wow. Mm,
So we just ignore that. We act like it ain't happened. Let me tell you something, and it's the last point I got to say. When I had my first kid, I wasn't married.
right.
My bishop walked me down the aisle, me and her, and said, well, I'm putting y'all out to church today. And that's what I loved about him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was fair to everybody. He put his own brother at the church.
Right.
So my point is this. My first child, I wasn't married. It wasn't under marriage, but he still put me out.
Mm,
And the same night, he put his own brother out, meaning disfellowshipping,
right.
because these new churches don't do that today, but
Don't do that.
these old churches, do. So this is what I'm telling you. At what point do you get this fellowship? At what point do your money not buy a disfellowship? At what point do your money not buy a private plane? At what point Do we all agree you got to be gone because you are an embarrassment to Christ?
Wow.
Or do we just ignore it and look the other way? How many more testimonies? The Bible said that two or three witnesses, he will be in the midst. How many more people do we need to come forward? How many more people do we need to have an accusation? How many more people do we need to tell a story before we say you are not fit to
Mm.
be in a body of Christ? I want that's the only question I want to know because I know one baby got me put out. It was just one, but
I
all of a
think
sudden
I think that
now,
the 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 slippery slope here is he has his own church.
and he can keep that church, but
Right.
does he have to be at the conventions? Does he have to
That
be in
now
everybody
see,
else's church?
right. That is true. That now see the same thing. I just saw somebody say something about Leandra. The same thing that everybody is saying about Leandra, they need to say the same thing about these preachers that's doing this. If you're going to stop Leandra from what they want to, but they can't, but because she has an addiction,
Right,
they don't want her singing at people's churches. So the flip
right.
side of this is why aren't we saying the same thing about these preachers like Brian Carn doing the same?
Because
They're not living what they're
the
preaching.
the preachers take up way more money than the singers.
Wait a minute. Borrow Lou Tammy. She said Carn bought her a car in 2020 and I still don't have the title. So what did you do at his church, Tammy?
Wait a minute.
Like,
You said he brought her a car?
yeah, that's what she just said. See, she said she used to be a member. So when she said that, I automatically knew that she has a story to tell because she said
Oh my
that
God.
she used to be a member of his Jacksonville church because he's a guy. I don't even think it has anything to do with that. I think it has to do with what John is saying that he brings a lot of money into the churches.
Yep. And he can
And
raise the offering like nobody. I've seen him do it. He raised $135,000 at his church house that one night. I didn't even go to hear him, to be honest.
he raised how much?
135,000.
Oh wow.
And I'm sitting there like, okay. And let me tell you something else. My cousin was, who is very pretty, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
was on his detail for the night.
Oh Lord.
She got pictures and videos of them that night.
What?
I said what I said, and I won't repeat it.
Bastard, you listening?
It
That
it's bad when pastors set up you a sex detail.
wait a minute. This sound that don't sound good. That don't sound that sound like the Rico stuff going on with Diddy. That don't sound good.
Let me tell you something, Alicia. I'm a preacher too. I have went to churches and had pastors or preachers say, if you see somebody in here tonight you want to be with, let me know. And my answer is always no. Why? Because I love my wife.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
And my wife always take good care of me. I don't need nobody. I'm good. Just pay me my honorarium, I'm out.
Wow.
But my own cousin,
So yeah, with that being said, it's not right. That is not right. And I hate as a woman, because we believe false promises, we believe false hope. Um, we
Well,
believe
that
all.
started in the book of Genesis when that
That's what I'm saying.
snake crawled
We
up
we
and
just
made a whole lot of false promises.
false promises. We just believe those things, and I believe that I don't I don't know. Like I said, I think this is what I think, and I'm gonna hold to what I think. I think when Vashti came out with that, I think it has some more so to do with him breaking up with her. That's what I think.
But
Because
I
go ahead.
also think, just for clarity, that I know a woman, and don't take this the wrong way, but I know a woman. Women can tend to be very emotional.
Very. Yep.
And if you're dealing with an emotional woman, first of all, my wife is emotional. I've been with this woman 22 years. I know what buttons to push and not to push
Right.
based on the response I want. Because sometimes you can push a button and they'll blow up in your face. That woman that posted today was hurt.
Yeah.
She was hurt. For a woman to come to the forefront and air out all your business with no qualms
Right.
of about what's going to happen, she was hurt. She been waiting a minute. She been waiting. She been in the background. She's covered for you. And then at the end, she gets the short end of the stick. That's why, Alicia. That's
Oh
why.
yeah. Yeah.
And you could take that all the way back to the book of Genesis. The Notice the serpent didn't approach, and I know you may hate this story, but he didn't go to Adam first. He went to Eve.
Right.
That's who he crawled up to because he knew he had a better chance of convincing her than he had Eve. And then what did Eve say after it was all done? Lord, this woman you gave me. Then Adam tried to blame it all on her. What am I telling you? Everything ain't the woman's fault. God built women and you probably may never let me come back on here again, but he built women as the weaker vessel. He put Adam to sleep and said, "Let me make you a companion, somebody." Blah blah blah. That's what happened. And he said, "Lord, this woman you gave me made me do this." And I'm gonna tell you how. If you go to chapter 2, verse
Mhm.
29, the Bible said, "And she knew him."
Right.
You know what that means? She put it on him. And
And
Adam
then
was like, "Baby, whatever you want to do, I'm gonna do it." My wife do that to me all the time. That's why my credit card is high. That's why ABC. I look up. I got a $25 credit card. When she knows she messed up, she know how to get me where I need to be in the right mind. Women are the most powerful people that will ever walk this earth.
right.
Not men. They think they are. Nah, I learned a long time ago. It ain't us. It is your woman, your wife, the one you love. She will take you down a road you ain't never want to travel.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
And if I could remarry, not remarry, but think about the last 21 years of my wife, I ain't got no regrets.
I know that's right.
Has she taken me down that road? Absolutely. And I went voluntarily, by the way. I ain't even hold up my hands. I went voluntarily. So I'm just telling you, we are in a situation where y'all, well, not y'all, but you continue to like give Carnes this space to manipulate, abuse,
Mm.
sexually abuse, emotionally abuse women all the time while he trying to prophesy in your face
Wow.
that this is the word of the Lord, nigga. No,
Not nigga, no.
you got to fix some stuff. So I'm just saying, you. When I say you, women in general, stop stop being deceived by these wolves.
Right.
Ask some questions. If if you sleeping with your pastor under any circumstances, you going to hell. I'm an apostolic preacher. I'm an apostolic preacher, and I'm gonna say it how it is. You going to hell, and he is too. Just for clarity,
Oh God.
I ain't gonna play no games. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna play no games with you. That's your next destination. If you don't repent and you stick around to let some gigolo who's your pastor put his dingaling in you whenever he want, you're going to hell.
Wow.
And the pastor is too. So don't worry. You're gonna have company.
Oh God.
But stop your foolishness. Come out. Repent. 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 I'm an apostolic preacher. And that's all I know. And you're not gonna get away from it. I don't even know why Alicia let me on these chats. Like she want me to come on here acting.
I'm about to let you go because I'm about to go. But I want to talk to this lady because she was saying that he bought her a car, but she never slept with him. But she said he bought her a
My
car with no
cousin did, and I got proof of it.
Not you throwing your cousin under the bus.
And I am
But
because
letting us know that you know Vesta, she had to have known. That's why I'm saying that she knew that he was sleeping with other people.
oh yeah,
But
she knew. But you
I
know what
was
he told her? You know what he
what?
told her? He said,
What?
God is gonna make us a union one day. I said, when she came home and told me that, I said, he said, what? I said, I know you're not doing this. She said, oh no, cuz he gonna marry me. I said, this nigga over 30, over 35, he ain't married yet. Why what's so special about you that you think he's finna marry you? She said, he's in love.
Oh Lord.
I said, sounds
Right.
familiar because Delilah told Samson she was in love.
No,
And
read
we
it.
all know what happened in that story.
Right.
But my
Let
cousin,
me I'm gonna let you go because I'm trying to wrap this up and I need to turn my light on because I'm getting dark.
be blessed. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we absent from
Oh,
one
don't
another.
do that. I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Soon.
All right. Just who I want to see. Click that link, Mr. Reed, because we need to talk. And I need to turn my light on because I done sat here and it done got dark. Everyone sleeping with their pastor isn't being exploited. Some connive and plan and entrap their own darn pastor. Borrow Lou Tammy, they talking about the lady that outed him today. Oh, okay. She didn't know who we was talking about. Oh, she just clicked on. Mr. Reed, if you are here, I'm about to put the link in the chat so you can see it real clear. I think this is going to be a healthy debate. Um, because I don't think we agree on all things, which I think would be great for the people to hear. Let me put this thing in there. And I need to turn my light on while you clicking the link because I wasn't planning on being here that long. Hold on. All right, can y'all see me? All right, that's better. This is not my good light, but it's a light. It was getting dark in here. I was going out. Anyway, so to recap what I was talking about. Oh, there he is. Anyway,
Oh, you
so
got
to
turn that down.
recap
Turn
what I
that.
was talking
You got to
about.
turn it down.
Um, oh, there he is. All right. So my recap, I heard yours today as
Lisa, I
well.
think you gotta wipe your lens.
No,
I
it's
mean your
because I'm
camera.
sitting in front of my light and the light is shining right down on me. This is not
Oh,
usually the light I use,
oh, okay, okay,
but
okay,
I stayed here longer than what I used. I had my natural light, but that is gone.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Um,
Um. So anyway, where your face at?
I don't have a shirt on.
Okay.
Do you want me to come on?
I need to see your face so I can see what the heck you, because I can see you in your eyeballs.
Oh my god. Oh,
Anyway,
hold. You gotta give me a minute. But go ahead and start talking. I get right.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so my recap of this is, and there's a lady on here too that said she was a member of his Jacksonville church, and he gave her a
Mhm.
car. He
Yeah.
said with no strings attached, but she don't have the title to it still. And she didn't sleep with him, but she gave. I'm assuming she gave a lot of money. She looked
Oh,
like a
okay.
white lady from her
Okay.
from her
She need to
profile.
call the office and get that sorted out.
I'm ready for you to put your shirt on.
I'm coming.
Cause I feel a showdown.
Well,
Anyway,
you wanna fuss on the live?
I ain't fussing on live, and I heard you say you drug. When have you drugged me online? When?
So I did drag you online. You didn't want to be
When?
in. Oh, you wanted to be online now? That's what we're saying.
No, when did you drag me?
That was in the beginning in 2000 and let me think 15.
You talking about when we divorced?
No, this we weren't divorced in 15.
What did you drag me about?
I no, I just said I. I thought you talking about dragged you on to the show. I'm gonna say let me think. What I drag you about?
Oh, you was talking about drug me online, like drug me on the show, not drug me as in drug me,
Yeah, I have
like
dragged.
therapy.
I have dragged you before. I think
When?
about your driving. Um, about I mean several different things. I mean you knew about it. It ain't like you ain't know.
Mm, I don't remember.
Yeah, I did. You know I don't have no what's the word favorites. I'm trying to find this. Can you text me the link? I have
You
to
ain't
use my.
got no shirts.
No, if you text me the link, I can hit my computer and come up right because it's
Oh,
on my phone, and I know I'm gonna get a phone call and text and stuff. So I'm trying to do it on my what's the name.
oh my god. Let me see. I have a slow
You.
computer. Hold on, let me see.
That's probably why that camera look like that.
It don't look like nothing.
It
What it
ain't
look
as
like?
crisp and clear. I noticed that 'cause I was watching you on my TV on YouTube.
Well, it's because I don't have my lighting.
Zoe's computer is 2 years old, 3 years old, so it's a different kind of camera. The camera on yours is better
I'm
than
gonna have to
hers.
go to StreamYard.
I can go to Facebook on my laptop and get the thing out the chat
That's
message.
where I put it at.
Okay, I do that. I thought it'd be easy for you to.
Well, it's not because I'm not on my computer.
Yeah,
Maybe I can email it to myself.
I got you. I'm coming.
You you ain't got no shirts by you?
I got a shirt on now, Lisa. I'm trying to come on the
Oh.
camera. You told me to come on the camera. Let me see. Oh my God. Drop the link in the chat again.
All right.
It's too far up.
Oh no. Let me see.
We could have been had a conversation. You want me to be on camera?
Cause I need to see.
Okay. Borrow Lou Tammy.
Yeah.
That's your real name?
She said it was her and another white lady that gave a lot. And
Oh, okay. Well, if you got the oh. So what is the problem? You want the title. Well, there's
I
a
would
way for you to do
imagine,
that. Huh?
I would imagine that's what she wants.
Yeah, there's a way for her to do that. Just email LarryReedLive@gmail.com. I'll make sure Carn see it. And send me your email to your what you call it? Phone number.
All right, y'all. You're about to get an exclusive.
Okay, hold on. Let me clean
Yeah,
this.
because yours is dirty too. She said her name is Tammy Lou Barrow. She got her name different.
Okay, so hold on. I think I'm gonna stream this. Wait a minute, at least somebody hear this one. Cause we in disagreements.
We are.
Mhm.
Did you watch Straw?
Huh?
Did you watch Straw yet?
Yes.
How'd you like it?
I liked it. I was emotional. I guess because I've been surrounded by a lot of women and having daughters, I'm sort of you guys have all sort of trained me emotionally, so my intelligence is rising. So that caused me to get it. I got not just the storyline, but I also got the actors while they were acting, the
Mhm.
women as they were acting in the movie Straw. Those women were pulling from all of their pain to act out the scenes, and I could feel that plus the storyline. So it was very real. I could feel the real emotions around. I was like, God, when she looked up and she just hollered out a sound, and she done hollered a few times, but I felt that when all her stuff was on the street, I
Then
could
the end
feel
when
that,
you find out her daughter was actually dead. That
bruh.
tore me up. Zari looked at me. She said, "Ma, really?" I had to cover my head up. I had to cover my head up in my on cover. I was boo-hoo crying. I
She
couldn't get myself together.
she's her daddy's baby, cause that's how I am. When I look at movies and people ranting the movie, I'm like, But what I know is the older I get, I am more emotionally in tune, no matter if it's a real story or a story that's been acted out on TV. Now let's go ahead and have this conversation that you pull me up here on your show to have. What is it?
While you dropped by my show,
No, I was in the chat. I won't play in the comment. I
but
was
you
button-
dropped by.
I won't button neck. I ain't had no shirt on. So I had to put the shirt on so that I can see what you're saying. Go ahead on first.
Well, you didn't hear what I was saying. What I said earlier. So I believe this is my belief.
Mhm.
When I read, and I did such a good job reading today, I read the whole thing to my pen pals in different forces, animated and such. I believe her posting was a reaction to her being dumped.
Mostly I agree, and then some other stuff. Yes, I agree.
But but I don't understand how only in the church,
Mhm.
these code of ethics keep getting smeared. I don't like it, and I don't understand how. Because I read something about all the to make a great environment for a work ethic, you got to have integrity. You shouldn't have conflict of interest and all these things because it causes a hostile environment, right? So
Oh,
why in the church this keep happening? I ain't talking about just Brian Carn. I'm talking about the church as a whole. Why we can't get that boundary part right?
okay. First of all, I agree.
You're not supposed to agree. We're supposed to fuss.
Oh, hold on. It's important. You said, ow! I'm talking about in part. Number one, I believe that she was reacting because she was dumped. I think that's in there. But I think more than anything, I think she's reacting because she made a decision to separate herself from him because she found out there was somebody else. That's
Or
what
she
I
found
think.
out she wasn't the one.
Yeah.
Because I play this video. Watch this video. I play this video. Look at him. If I ever am in a relationship with somebody and I press record on a video and you looking like that, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
He looked like somebody. He looked like he saw a ghost. He looked like somebody. You know that the Toy Story movie when they say Andy's coming and the things drop down so they don't know that he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? You don't know.
Mm-mm.
Toy Story when they say
I ain't seen
Andy's.
Toy Story.
I'm telling you it though. The
Okay.
toys they'll say Andy's coming. All the toys will fall out because they didn't want them to don't want him to know that they can talk.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. That he go like this. Yeah, I seen it. I
That's
seen it.
exactly what he looked like. He looked like, okay, why is she recording me? This is not in the contract.
Yeah.
Why are you recording me?
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, it seems like he wasn't that into her in that video. Like,
I don't think so.
so
I think he was into her. He didn't like the camera recording.
you think it was the recording or he just not into her?
I think he was into her. It's 10 years. There's no way in the world that my penis darkening the same puss over to, and I don't have a connection that is deep. I think he has a connection with her, or either it. He just did not like when she recorded him because I'm pretty sure in my opinion, I don't know this from him. I feel like that she's not the only one. That's just what I think.
You feel like
Yeah, I feel like she's not the only one. He's single, and they're clearly, from what she's saying, he wasn't exclusive. So that's the reason for his reaction in the video. Go like, oh my God, I hope she don't post this no more, nowhere. And oh God, when it's over, she'll have this to show somebody, and then my other girlfriends are gonna know. That's what it looked like to Larry.
okay, so we know she's not the only one. We know that.
I feel like
We know.
how we know? I don't have no evidence. I don't have no evidence.
Read. It's everywhere. And first of all, he always say he's single. So we know that
We
she's
assume that.
not the
Yes.
only one.
We assume that, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my brother John that was on here, he just said not too long ago his cousin slept with him.
We didn't see no evidence. We don't know
That
who
he's
they.
seen the video.
He sent you the video?
He's seen it. She has a video. They
I ain't
sent the girl to be his detail for that night.
I ain't seen it.
You ain't seen it, but that's what they said.
Okay, that's what they said. All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I said I had one toe out there to liking corn. That toe done balled up like this. That toe done snatched back, honey.
But what? Okay, hold on a minute. So somebody's sexual conduct or the lack thereof can make
It's
you
not about sexual conduct. It's about you supposed to be a leader.
He is a leader, not supposed to.
No. It's not about sexual conduct for me. It's about you. Why you got to sleep with the people allegedly in your congregation? Why can't you find some other? What he need to do? He need to date out of the country if he don't want. This is crazy to me.
Okay, hold on for a minute. I've covered other stories where the pastors were sleeping with somebody that was not in their congregation. The reaction was the same. I don't think.
But Reed, you got to understand that I know the climate in that church is crazy. How are you going to minister to me and you ministering to me?
Easy. I did it to you.
We were married.
But that don't make a difference. That's a piece of paper. Don't mean nothing. You was a member.
And also, Reed, when we were not good, that ministry did not work. So what if you got all these women in this church spread it around your church, and they got something all against you because you doing this one and that one? That atmosphere got to be crazy.
Yeah, I talk about like today after everything come out. Yeah, I got you. I agree with that. But going back to the thing about how can you pastor somebody and you are pastoring in their pastors?
Yes, parting the waters.
It's just like in a work environment. It is the exact same thing.
That's why in a work environment, it's not right. You can
it still happens. It's not right
for that.
You can get sued in the church too. A lot of black people just don't know about it, especially if you're a woman that was dating a man, a pastor in the church, and he called you wife and promised you to be married. You can actually sue for damages, but black people don't know it. So they take to the internet instead of going into the courthouse. Many black people don't know it. But I don't want to put it out there like, oh, if you in a church and the pastor sleep with the member or the member sleep with the pastor, we'll never say that part. We always say the pastor sleep with the member, not the member sleep with the pastor. That happens in every business. It happens everywhere. So I don't know why folk feel like the church is exclusive. Should it be exclusive and not have that going on in it? Absolutely. I am with you when it comes to that. But there are people in the churches, and that's when the variables just change because people are different. They're layered. They have different emotional intelligence, sexual conduct, desires. There's suppression going on because our religion teaches to hide who you are sexually. All of that makes it a breeding ground for things to be happening in that community. So that's not the thing for me. Now, if you have said or somebody says, because Demetrius Cynical texted me afterwards, and we had a conversation about it, and he just feels like Carn is the worst thing and should not be a leader, and he's a predator. And I said, wait a minute, not every relationship with the power gap between a pastor and a member is predatory. It just is not. There's so many nuances and things that you do not know about. You have to ask questions to find out who pursued who, because some people in the pew pursue the pulpit, married or not. They want them, and they do not care about the Bible, the religion, the church, or the first lady.
And that's why, as a leader, see, this is, I think, my military mind. That's why, as a leader, it is your responsibility to set the boundary.
Agreed.
So when you talking that, I don't understand that. Oh, and this and that. If you can't do it, then you don't need to be it.
I don't agree with that.
I agree with that because listen, I hate going back to the military, but in the military, they have fraternization. You know this. And if you get caught fraternizing with somebody that's a subordinate to you, which is somebody under you, you get in trouble.
Agreed.
There's no, they pursued me. No, you are supposed to write them a counseling. Hey, this is inappropriate. You can't do this and you can't do that.
Yeah, but that's not what we do in the church, though.
Why?
Because we're talking about Jesus, who is the King of justice. So it does matter who pursued who. It does matter how this happened. You're still wrong, just like it is in the military, but we are followers of Jesus Christ, so we follow his teaching. We're love-based. We are not about the judgment. We are not about the get you because you got it wrong. That's not what Christianity is. We are supposed to find out who pursued who, how did this happen.
I'm not saying that's not what I said. I'm not saying that. Yes, we need to find out who pursued who.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you have a shepherd that's supposed to be caring for his sheep. Right? And I hate using that analogy because you put that sheep are dumb. So I hate putting that analogy.
Oh, that's what the Bible says.
But my thing is, if you can't do it, do something else. If you can't keep your dick out a girl, if you can't keep your dick out a man that's in your congregation, you are causing confusion. I don't understand how nobody can see that.
I fully agree with you. I just think two things can be true at the same time. And I also think that every situation is nuanced, and every situation with that power dynamic is not the same.
But this has been happening for 30 years.
Now that's a different conversation.
That is crazy.
That's a different conversation.
And that's why my toe drawed up back up again. I don't like you no more, Carn.
Right, but you don't like what he do. And I tell him this.
Right. That's the problem.
I wouldn't trust him around my daughters, my mom, nothing with a puss, so I am with you on that, but I just don't think but everybody can do what they want to do, but I cannot like this about you. And as long as I know this is how you are, I can make sure I don't put myself in a position or anybody connected to me to where that's ever in danger.
I get that, but I would get no benefit of being that way to Carn, so I don't like him. And I don't have to like him. I don't.
Yeah, you don't. It's probably that you don't.
He is not my type. Anyway, so my thing is, so let's get to Vashti. So the reason why I sympathize with her is because we all know my story happened to me. And so I'm thinking that if you, I keep hearing people saying, she's dumb, which I do agree to. After a decade,
yes,
you dumb.
Yes,
not unless you are Loretta Jones.
Well, she was dumb too. We were calling her dumb. She just didn't. She didn't give it the fight.
I didn't know the backstory behind what she was doing. That girl wasn't dumb.
Okay, what you mean?
She had Bishop Jones funding stuff for her.
Oh yeah, I mean, but people thought she was dumb for.
But 10 years. What I was saying earlier, before you came home, before you came on, 10 years. I said, if he's driving up in the Rolls Royce, I'm driving up in one right beside him. There is no way.
Agreed.
Now that I done broke up with you, I have nothing. Oh heck.
Agreed.
Nothing.
Agreed.
I scrolled her page. I said, "Now look, girl, that's Ty.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do this right. You didn't do this right."
Yeah.
And I understand the hurt, and I believe it's gonna come out later that it's probably because he dumped her. But the thing about it is,
no, he don't dump tight.
What?
Unless he about to get married on us, then I can see that.
That's what I think. Okay. I think she found out that she was lower on the totem pole than she thought.
Well, she didn't think it through. And this what she done today just made it where it's never, there's no hope ever. But it
was a lot of writing.
It was too darn much. I'm not saying, I want to be clear on what I'm not saying. I am not saying that leaders and pastors do not have responsibility, blah, 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 blah. Absolutely not. I fully believe that from a business perspective and from a spiritual perspective, that is where the responsibility lies. And I feel that way quite deeply. But then, just as deep are the women and the men in the pew who target pastors and their wives. That happens all the time, and it's just never discussed. When these conversations come up, it's always about what the pastor did, because that's the one we expect not to be human. If you just keep it real.
Time out. I agree with that. I agree that pastors and first ladies do get set up. However, comma, I don't believe that that's what happened in this situation.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can go with that. I don't really have an opinion about that, but I can go with that.
What?
Look
at that girl.
Somewhere down the line, though, and I get what you're saying in the beginning, looking at the power dynamic, it seems predatory. But after so long, year 2 and 3 and 4, we have all seen the stories online with him and other women. And then she's talking about the stuff we don't know inside the church.
But on the back end, Reed, you know how women are. If you're telling us something, it's been since the Bible days. We don't know if it really happened, but they're talking about Eve and the serpent. We don't know if it really happened, but it's in there. Mm-hmm. And she believed the snake. So something inside of a woman believes false hope,
right?
False promises, even if we know they lying.
But see, this is what.
Let me finish my point.
You interrupted me on my point.
I want to finish my point.
Go ahead.
But as the leader, you should not be pumping those lies if you don't mean it.
And as the hearer of those lies, you cannot make that man responsible for your own responsibility you're supposed to have towards yourself, and tell yourself the truth. After hearing 4 or 5 different other women in church saying, I slept with him too, and you still stick with him because you think you're the one, that has to go on you. That ain't on that leader.
That is on her.
Yeah.
But again, I say it would have never came to that if he would have nipped it in the bud in the beginning.
Agreed. I agree with that.
You're not supposed to agree. You are doing this all wrong.
Let me tell you where I don't agree. Because yes, if he had nipped it in the beginning, then that wouldn't be it. But that's what we agree. But if she had nipped it the first time she had the inkling that this ain't going the direction it's supposed to go, that's her responsibility. So at this point, 10 years later in 2025, you posting online like you a victim. I'm sorry, I can't see you as that.
I don't think she posted as a victim.
Oh,
but
yes,
if you gotta drop yourself down into somebody that probably was 20 years old, because she don't look like she's older than 30. 10 years ago, 20 years old.
But he was currently but 33, 34, so he was 26.
He was 26. But he been in the game a long time.
That don't mean nothing, because Carn is
not.
No, listen to me as somebody who has taught him over the years. He just now getting smart when it comes to dealing with women. I'm gonna tell you what the truth is. I ain't gonna lie. That he just now getting smart. He ain't made.
So he a pushover.
He been in the church preaching since he was a baby. He do not know how to do this. He don't know how to do this. He moves in my.
Now wait a minute.
And Carn, I'm just being honest.
Wait a minute.
He moves stupid.
So where Vashti from? This might change my opinion.
So, and I even say he that young. Yes.
Yes, he just old. As a matter of fact, Bree said he was 35 because she's 35. She
That's what I'm saying. I know you're 35. That's right. So he was 25 himself. Lisa L. Lennon talking about Larry, stop trying to make Carn look good. First of all, number one, this is my platform. I say what the hell I want to say. Number 2, Lisa, I'm only going to give you a little bit because that's the same name I call my baby mama. She sit beside me on this screen. Number 3 is go to hell. Go ahead, Lisa.
So wait a minute. So I have a question for Brian Carn. This is a question for him.
He preaching. Ain't that church preaching? KCC?
I don't, you needed to relay this message to him. Why do he choose the women he chooses? Because most of the women that he chooses to me. Now I could be wrong. Now, if you're one of these women and you're not this, then let me know. But most of the women that he choose are in the projects.
Oh my
They are
God.
broken, no education.
Oh, Lisa, wait.
He choose. Why won't he try to date someone that is educated?
Where? If they're not in the church educated, if they're not in the church living in the suburbs, he's not gonna find them. This
Wait, he is Brian freaking Carn. Please stop.
what that only
We
means
can hook him. We can hook him up with What's that girl that got the deep voice? We can hook him up with her.
wait a minute. Who you talking about?
My daddy,
Oh, it's about Jacqueline Carr.
Jacqueline.
We
We can
too
hook him
young
up.
for him.
She is not too young for him.
Jacqueline's like 25, Lisa.
Okay,
Oh no.
she can do praise and worship. He needs somebody that is up in his. He date too low, and then he wonder what the hell he got going
Lisa,
on.
it's because he dates in the church. This is not somebody who, if you take Brian Carn and sit him in Atlanta and
She not with the NFL player no more. They broke up.
and set him in Atlanta to try to find him a woman, that's not going to work. He don't have the smarts for that. So he's going to do this in the church.
What happened? Did you freeze?
Is that mine or Lisa's?
That was you.
Lisa, your thing freezing.
That was you. I'm back.
It froze. Okay, all right. But yeah, I don't. This makes sense. He's working. This is the thing that he likes to do. His passion. He literally gets turned on when he comes to church. He gets turned on when he stands to sing. He gets biologically turned on when it's time to preach and prophesy. It makes sense to me that in that same place that he's going to have that sexual lens and eye and openness. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying what is, and this is how we get here.
But that don't have nothing to do with what I just said. I said
yes, it does, because you're saying that he's purposefully choosing low kind of vibrational living educational women.
That's what it looked like.
But look at where his ministry thrives. That's where his ministry thrives, in those areas in cities. That's his demographic, which is most pastors' demographic that's in inner cities.
That is not his
that
demographic.
is a statistic truth. Huh?
That's not his demographic. He is.
Yes, it is. You think about Brian Carn on the road 6, 7, 8 years ago. You look at the typical woman in his church is not a post-grad, 6-figure woman who is got all degrees. That is not what's in his church. None of his churches. The one in Houston, Jacksonville, or Charlotte.
Well, clearly it's not working. So he need to do something else. Because this is what, the 10th time?
Yes, it's this.
It's not working, and he just needs to do something else.
Yeah, I fully agree.
Because I know he's tired of being caught. That's got to be.
I don't think this is
if I was his member, I'd be like, oh God, not again. Like, we got to have another meeting.
You got to know. I've been.
We got to have another. Oh my God!
I think these people
same
know.
thing.
I think these people know their pastor. I think they know their pastor. The whole world knows Carn's peen is out of control.
But that's what I'm saying. Change. Do you want to forever be known? When you want it on your tombstone, my peen was out of control. Community peen.
Yeah, that's
and you got kids. Like, what the heck you thinking about?
Yeah, I agree with that, but I do not see this lady as a victim. I do not see Carn as the villain. I see a man and a woman that go to church together and started sleeping together. That's how I see it.
I see that, and I can see her because on her page, all she had like her going out on the plane, 3 cities, 2 days, and out loving the lifestyle. I could see that. So what I'm saying
But
is,
none of that one in her write up. So that's the problem I got with it. Want none of that in her write up.
yes, it was. You didn't read the whole thing.
I did read the whole thing.
You didn't. You skimmed it. You didn't read it.
Maybe I did skim. She said,
I read line upon
said about
line,
it?
precept
What's she
upon
say about the
precept.
trip?
She said she didn't say it verbatim, but she said the
I
life
know
she
she
gave
ain't said
up.
it.
She gave up the life. We
Yeah.
know what she's talking about.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody talking about Marcus
Well,
Rogers.
I'll take my my song back then.
What song you made?
He is the scum of the earth. I take it back.
Lisa.
Read.
That's not nice to say about somebody.
I take it back.
Oh my!
And
yeah.
I'm gonna add more to it. I take it back.
Yeah, I know. No. Somebody said y'all two are hilarious together. Y'all talk alike. We ought to. We only know each other all our life. Nearby.
We're from the same town.
Right down the street. This is what.
I just don't understand. But her last name is Ennis, and I was telling on the PinPals that the kids they got this thing that they say I'm talking about Ennis. So every time I say her name, Besta Ennis, I'm talking about Ennis. That's what it sounds like to me. But anyway, I will say this. Women, if you are listening, because there's a lot of you on here right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you're listening, we as a species, if that's what they call us, we have to learn how to just go cutting it off. Because like I said, I was in a situation where I knew the person was lying.
Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
Let's specify. This is not me.
I said that too. It wasn't you. I knew the person was lying from the jump. And I didn't want, and I'm trying to think, I still think back, what in the heck was it that I was looking for? Because they couldn't give me nothing. But it's the part where when you're broken and you're looking for some type, that's why I would have to look at, see what's her background, where's she from, all that kind of stuff. But we ain't got time for all that. All we know is what was presented to us. And so when it comes to you being in a situation like that for so long, I heard you say that you don't put the church in and stuff like that. But I beg to differ. I think the church make us dumb. It makes us. It makes you. Wherein if you were a person off the street, you be like, ain't nobody doing that. But you've been in the church for so long, you're thinking you're doing the right thing. So you're going to go along with what the man of God says. You're going to go.
Hold on. It's not so much what the man of God said, it's what the culture accepts.
Yes. Okay.
Because I saw somebody else say that they put that on here talking about he brainwashed her, he seduced her. Wait.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't think he may do it on purpose.
Agreed.
But what I'm saying is he needs to understand after all these years.
He needs to go to therapy.
Maybe it's me.
No, he needs to go to therapy.
He do. Maybe I need to look within myself and change some things.
Therapy. That's what I had.
Mean.
Therapy. I had to go. And because we don't get that in the church. And it's probably going to be difficult. He may not be for him to wrap his head around because he's been around the old saints like us with that power and that anointing. So that's what he always pushed for that kind of move and and think that it's all in a fast and praying. And because he's probably seen the power of God for fasting and praying. But he needs to go to a professional that's going to sit across the table from him and help him look at his life through a different lens so that then he can mature these areas that need maturity. And I don't want to say it like he's some basket case. That's the same situation a lot of us is in a different area of our life. And we need
Mhm.
professional help. And versus talking to our friends and trying to self-correct or course correct and breach our self-sabotage. You need another consciousness to come into that and talk with you so you can begin to work through some of that yourself. I think that's what it needs.
I think so too.
Mhm.
And I think that, I mean, there, if people talk about, Leandra and stuff like that, but I think it's when it comes to these preachers, it's the same thing.
Absolutely.
If y'all are gonna try to ban her, y'all need to. It's the same thing.
Yeah, ban yourself because y'all got the same issue. The
Right.
church needs to embrace people like you, like me, who have degrees in therapy and counseling, and people who have license. That's why in the MBN network on our staff and team, we got 2 full blast therapists, and then we got many in the community because that is really what people need. We need to, man. We are such a spiritual, transcendent people. We know how to, whether it's a church service or a game or a cookout, we know how to go into that glad, happy space and have a good time, and that works.
Right.
And that's why we keep going to church and going to those experiences because it works. We know how to do that. We have that in us. But one area that we lack that our white brothers and sisters do not is that we need to embrace therapy and professionals more alongside of our pastors, our bishops, and our prophets because we need some help.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Angel Wood said, Larry, I don't understand you right now. That means you don't agree. Ain't nothing wrong with me. It's just no agreement.
I don't understand.
Yeah, let's go. We don't agree.
But
That's
yeah,
all.
that's that. I hate it. I hate.
That name would have ran me away.
I mean, she can't help what she was named.
Yes, she can.
She
I don't think
cannot.
the universe don't make no mistakes. She's Vashti for a darn reason. And who named her that? They don't sound like they were.
Read best best I mean, yeah, I understand that is not a good name to have,
No.
but she can't change it.
Yes, she can. I would have changed that a long time ago.
Maybe she don't know what her name means.
She been in that man's church for 10 years and she do not know that her name is not.
Do you think he preaching like that? No, he is not. Don't you come on here and say that. 'Cause that man is
I
he's
don't know
a
what he
praise
preach.
and worship leader, and he
I-
preached,
I've heard Carn preach maybe 2 or 3 times.
and it was what?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It was milk.
Lisa, you do well getting milk from these preachers nowadays. They just off saying some stupid, crazy stuff. Yeah.
He don't preach deep. She probably don't even know.
Vashti is biblical and a beautiful name, Darnell. Who's calling me by my middle name?
I don't know.
Wayne Justice. I don't know who that is. You know who that is, Nancy? Click on it and see. It's probably a troll. Oh my God, I forgot I was supposed to do a Zoom tonight.
Somebody said, Larry, you are rude to your audience, and Lisa sounds like a wannabe Candy Burris.
Who's that, Lisa? See, that's another one. That's
who wants to be Candy Burris? First of all, what?
Block these people.
I do not sound like no doggone Candy.
Somebody, if you want views, be kinder and gossiping revertebrates. So let me say something to you. I am just love, grateful. Just love. I want you. Make that big again, Lisa.
I don't know where it went. I'm tickled because Candy. Oh my God.
I can get the other one too. Block both of them. But they can still hear me in this. And she got every bit of 5 braids. Look, this is what I want to say to you. Nothing.
You made me pull that up for that. Now I can't even get rid of it. Where is that? Oh, right
You
there.
don't gotta get rid of.
Oh,
Yeah, people like that. They just want attention. That's all I want. Go
uh,
on now, skinny. Say nothing bad. Only you read made up point.
oh, go ahead.
And Lisa Savage on the mill. Yeah, we don't always agree on stuff. Lisa, why do you take so long not being on your platform? I mean, month.
Took a break.
That's not a break.
I took a hiatus.
You took one of them. That's why did you go so long? You ain't been on all year.
I missed a whole lot of. I missed a whole lot of stories. Shannon Sharp. I was gonna tear him up. I just didn't feel like doing it. I just didn't feel like. But now that I'm back, I'm like I'm having
So
fun.
explain to us the fatigue.
It's just the fatigue of the people like we just made big talking about you, don't know you,
Okay.
and just setting up,
Now
tearing
she talking about with
down.
mine. Now she froze. It was
I'm not froze. I'm not frozen.
you was
I'm
you
not.
was. Okay, you said it was people coming up there like that girl with the 5 braids and who
Well,
else?
I don't have that. I only have that when I merge with you. I don't have that in my chat
Okay, so why'd you answer that as the first thing? Are you playing with me?
because no. So I just got tired, and then on top of that, I had a lot going on with work. Zoe was
You fell
graduating.
in love and you broke up.
I didn't fall in love with nobody. I ain't been in a relationship.
So what? I'm trying to figure out what took you away from the put a pin in it for so darn long.
I'm telling you, you're
I
not
don't believe
listening.
nothing you saying
You're
yet.
not listening.
Okay, go ahead on.
My job was overtaxing.
I agree with that. I know that to be the truth. I'm sick of that job.
Zoe
Oh, that's
was
another one.
graduating.
I forgot about that. All the last few months, she been off the chain. Okay, I know why.
Zoe, yes, that's all I had to say was
That's
Zoe.
it. I got it.
And
But look
and
at me
then
talking about they missed you.
oh, I miss y'all too. But I just had to take a break. So this will be me coming back today with this Brian Carn thing. And I had a great time. So I'm like, I missed y'all too.
Only because you had a great time. Oh
Yep.
my God.
I appreciate your perspective. And I'm a woman because I'm a woman's woman. I'm a girl's girl, like they say. Of course, my heart went out to Beshtai. But
What-
just like we said for what for?
Yeah, and I gotta go because I gotta Zoom.
Because I know what it's like to be lied to. And you believe it.
You really believe she was lied to?
I read the text where he called her his wife.
I don't care. Out of 10 years, you only got them 3 texts. Them your
She
best.
got more texts than that.
Them your best 3 texts to prove to us y'all relationship. That's the only time he called you wifey. I can't. No, we don't see eye to eye when it comes to that. I don't feel sorry for her. Well, I hate that her feelings is hurt because she ain't gonna be marrying Carn. You know, that's what she really was in it for. But that's about it. I don't have too much for her. I don't.
Reed, you think she's gonna post 10 years worth of text messages on her page?
She wrote 10 years worth of a post.
Now she could have saved that and just posted all the text messages. Don't nobody want to read that. And it was she could have saved that now. But I read it real good today.
Oh my God.
She could have saved that.
And then somebody told me that in the thing, she said that she had to, she did 3. No, they said she had to do 3. I said, don't make this no Cassie situation. Now she might be setting up to get some money. She said she had to do threesomes, or he asked her to do threesomes.
Now, see, that's that stuff.
What?
That's that Cassie stuff. When you saying he made you or you whatever and you didn't want to do it and all this.
I think she said, let me see how she worded it.
She said threesomes.
Yeah, but did she say like he made it?
No, she said to scratch the itch that he had, she was willing to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's normal. I mean, girls out here doing some everything for their man right now.
I ain't gonna say what I think. I ain't gonna say what I think she be doing to him.
What you think she be doing to him?
His behind look used. think she be begging. I think she be begging him.
Lisa, you on my platform.
You on mine. That say put a pin in it.
Wait a minute, I streamed it to my audience though. You can't say that and make me laugh. That's when he make me. He make
What?
at him.
Nobody care about no Brian Carn. He know he wrong. And he know that butt be just a jingling back there. I know.
Lisa.
She look like she straps on.
I'm gonna call your name like your daddy. Lisa.
She straps on.
Lisa.
She straps on.
Lisa.
She straps on.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I'm laughing at Lisa. I'm not laughing at you. Oh my God. Lisa, you are stupid. Lisa, how does it look used?
It is jiggly biggly back
You
there.
you got that same image in your head. We were at Apostle Leo Lewis Church. That's what you got in your head.
No, I got recent in my head. I watch him on Praise and Worship. That behind is big.
High
Me and him tick for tack.
I did say that on my live today. High and lifted up. Well, he lost 30 pounds now, so it might not be like that no more. Lisa, you are crazy.
What?
That will be a great clip for your platform. 2 hours and 25 minutes in. She talking about it look used. Oh my God. That is, if that is not Pat Dunn, I don't know what is.
What will Mama say? He's in denial.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Oh well.
That thing tooted.
At least it's the way that it sits. It just sits on his back like so, like that.
It's ready.
Oh Jesus. Oh no. This is not, I shouldn't even have added this to my platform. Oh my God. Because somebody go see it and they're gonna make this my fault.
How's it your fault and it's coming out my mouth?
Because it's better for my name to be in the headline. Oh my God.
Anyway.
That is
all right, I gotta go. Because you said you gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta do this.
Oh, I gotta pick Zoe up. I gotta go. It's 10 o'clock.
She got for 10?
Yes.
Girl gonna be standing out.
Bye, y'all. I'll be back next Tuesday.
See y'all, I gotta go do an interview, radio interview.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, she got to end it.
I'm gonna end it.